calligraphy.
Hi Jen.
Oh, hi Ken.
How are you doing?
Cool.
You're doing cool?
Yeah. Just look at this. I'm trying this thing that's in the movies. Like, they use some pen. Like, I don't know whether it's a pen. I don't know what do they call it? Then they write something cool.
I think a calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
They normally say that it is the beauty of handwritten or handwriting, such kind of stuff.
Yeah, because it's so beautiful, so elegant. So I'm just trying out and.
But my main purpose for coming, for visiting you today, was so that maybe we can go through the notes and do a little bit of revision. Or what do you think?
No, I'm tired.
Or maybe we can try calligraphy first, then during our break time, then we can go through the notes.
Yeah, I think so because I'm so tired. I'm just doing this one.
Okay, so let's try. Let's try
you want
something.
To try?
Yeah. Or maybe you can.
Yeah, I had some other people here. Just take it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, I was looking for. I just met you. Just like I knew you were going to come by, yeah?
Yeah.
Ink.
So
maybe
why?
You know.
So why do you think people normally go for this calligraphy thing?
Oh, it's elegant, man. When you write that one, maybe when you sign on the dotted line when making contracts, you know, guys, they just write their names so nicely.
This thing. Is it something like this?
What are you drawing?
I'm trying to come up with like maybe 2 lines.
Sometimes they put it big, you know, something very fine.
Because you know, me, I normally saw those 2 Chinese guys using these things. I don't know. And they call it like bamboo stick. Then I don't know how they put it down.
You know, this thing is not even working. Not at all. Maybe you should go and ask the teacher.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Because I think this is a very good idea. Whereby maybe you can use calligraphy, maybe to come up with designs. Maybe you can use on the birthday cards.
Yeah.
Or what do you think?
Yeah, even
Oh yeah. Even on the certificates. So I think maybe you can try and ask Mwalimu how to go about this. Or what do you think?
I think so.
Hello, viewer. Welcome to GBS Academy. Let us explore the world of art. My name is William. Today, I'll take you through a very simple process of designing letters. In this case, we call it calligraphy. I believe you know what calligraphy is. If you have forgotten, let me remind you. Calligraphy is the art of good handwriting, and I'll show you the basic ways of coming up with calligraphic letters. Now, I believe you have some tools with you. I can take you through. On my table, I have a calligraphic pen. They are special pens for doing calligraphy. If you look at it closely, it has a very broad nib. They come in different sizes. On my table, I have other sizes, and they come up with different names. This happens to be one of the smallest nib. In this case, it is what we call the italic medium, a very small nib. I have also another one of different size, and it is much broader, and if you look at it closely, it is somehow cut at an angle. On my table, I have also something else that is very essential. That is some drawing ink. It can be any normal ink or specially calligraphic ink. In this case, this is black. On my table, I have also some paper, and I have 2 different kinds of paper. What we call the normal foolscap with ruled paper, or what you call standard ruled paper. And I have also another one. this is plain cartridge paper. Last and not least, I have some sellotape and maybe some cleaning tissue because the work can be messy because I'm using ink in this case. What is the first step? In this case, I'll use ruled paper because it will help me work on the lines, and I'll keep it on top of my cartridge plain paper, and I fix it permanent on my table with some masking tape. You may have cut some masking tape earlier so that you can ease the work so that doesn't move, and the step starts. So I'll have to take my pen, fill it with some ink. In this case, it has some cartridge inside. I use the same cartridge to pull my ink from my bottle, and it gets into the pen. The next step will be, I'll take you through a very simple process of designing some patterns. What is the first pattern? If you were to learn calligraphy, the first pattern in this case could be working using strokes, up and down strokes. So make sure that your pen is writing well and the ink is well. Then I'll use this particular paper to do some up and down strokes. Note that when you're doing calligraphy, you should hold your pen at 45 degrees angle. So I'll draw up and down patterns. That is the basic step of doing calligraphy. So I take my pen, hold it at 45 degrees, and then I do up and down strokes as the basic step of doing calligraphy. If you look at it closely, I've kept my hand stiff on my surface paper. The hand should be stiff and you should be at a comfortable sitting position, and up and down strokes as the basic step of doing calligraphy. Why am I using ruled paper? It helps me work on the pattern, know where to start and where to end, and that marks up and down pattern. The next pattern could be, in this case, working on horizontal and vertical lines. So I'll come up with vertical lines, the basic step of writing calligraphy, 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines. Note that my paper is still stiff on the surface and at an angle of 45 degrees. This is the basic step of writing calligraphy. Vertical lines and horizontal lines. Vertical, horizontal, and it continues. And if you master this, then writing calligraphic letters will be very easy for you. Vertical and horizontal, vertical and horizontal lines. So those are some of the strokes which are very basic in writing calligraphy. The next step will be writing or coming up with circles, and being the basic step in writing calligraphy. I'll come up with circles in this case, and I'll keep my pen at an angle of 45 degrees. Then I have my circles. So 1, 2, that makes a circle. 1, 2 makes a full circle. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you see, it makes some very interesting patterns. 1 and 2. This is circle, which is a very basic method of writing calligraphic letters. I believe we are learning something. The next step after writing or coming up with different stroke methods, starting with up and down, vertical and horizontal lines, and also making circles, you can use the same to come up with patterns. And I'll use the same skill but come up with very interesting pattern. So in this case, I'll come up with a pattern which is a combination of both vertical and horizontal lines. So I'll do it this way. 1, 2, 1, 2. Without lifting my pen, I come up with vertical and horizontal lines combination. And if you look at it closely, it's making a very interesting pattern. And it becomes the basic step in doing calligraphy, the art of good handwriting. You can go on and go on until you are very comfortable with it. The next pattern in this case could be combining the basic methods, in this case circles, and come up with a very interesting pattern without changing the pen. As usual, make sure that your pen has enough ink with it, and I'll come up with another interesting pattern of curves. 1, 2, without lifting your pen or without changing its position, you come up with an interesting pattern. The sky is the limit when it comes to patterns, and also shapes, and also movement of the pen. Most people may say that they don't have these kind of pens, but you can also innovate yours by working, maybe using bamboo stick and maybe carve it nicely. And I continue with the same pattern, maybe below. And I have a very interesting pattern coming in, a combination of circles and movement of up and down. That creates another very interesting pattern, and we can go on and go on. Maybe in the same, you can also decorate inside and come up maybe with circles, maybe inside, just make it more interesting. The exercise is basically to show you how you can hold your pen and the many patterns you can make, and then you can also be in a position of writing letters or calligraphy, the art of good handwriting. Viewer, I believe you have learned something for today. In this case, the basic method of writing calligraphy, and in this case, you have learned how to work with different strokes, up and downs, verticals and horizontals, working on circles, then combining the method to come up with very interesting patterns.
Why don't we try the patterns then?
No, I'll first draw the horizontal lines. You know, they are the basic things in the picture.
Or maybe I can decide and change my nib, because I'm seeing varieties people over here.
You don't have to change, you choose that one, eh?
Oh, okay, then let me stick to this one then. So, which pattern are you going to do first?
I'm going to make some horizontal lines first. You know, I'm very poor, not like you. No, you are very sharp in making these things. God damn.
So, let me try circle.
Trust me, my pen is not writing, eh? So I put some here.
This one. And 2.
Yeah, that was so cool. Yeah.
Then 2. Why don't you try?
I try my horizontals. You know, I'm good at them, eh? reading those notes, they have been kind of. A pattern.
Maybe I can try that yours then.
Please do something that is yours, eh?
Oh, okay.
Not entertaining anything here. Like coping.
If I try like this, zigzag. But don't say that I'm coping.
I know you all the time. You're just copying me. Who do you think? Oh, I just love your work.
It's coming out.
Please don't go bragging that you're doing the best in calligraphy class. My horizontal perfection.
I think I'm through. What do you think?
Didn't come through too. I'm giving you a standing ovation for being the best in the calligraphy class. Yeah. Of course you know that.
At least we've come
You
up
beat
with something.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Cool.
Maybe you can use these ones to do the to decorations.
The decorations, yeah.
The business cards.
This makes some very interesting patterns using a very simple tool, the calligraphic pen. And viewer, I believe you have learned something. If I may take you through, we have learned the art of good handwriting. In this case, the basic method of writing calligraphy. And we have learned you can use the same pen at an angle of 45 degrees and make up and down strokes to come up with pattern. You'll also exercise your hands on how to write later. The next thing that we have done is writing using the same pen at an angle of 45 degrees with vertical and horizontal lines and coming up with a very interesting pattern. We have also learned how to work with circles and holding your pen at 45 degrees still, first stroke, second stroke. The reason is calligraphy goes in strokes and you come up with very interesting circles. With that basic information, then we have learned how to combine that information and come up with very interesting pattern, up and down, up and down, up and down, with vertical and horizontal lines. Combining circles together, we have also learned how to come up with up and down pattern, then combining it with the same and come up with a very interesting pattern too. Viewer, I believe you have learned something for today, and I hope you'll keep on exercising on the same issue of the art of good handwriting, or what you call calligraphy. Until next time, bye bye.